Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. Today we're going to be testing out a T2 Abyss Electric Retribution. If you've been watching my videos recently, you'll notice that there's a bit of a theme going on. I'm trying to get the T2 Solo Abyss down, and I'm trying to get the T2 Solo Abyss fully conquered. I'm testing out different fits, and I mean, I've always been using the Beam Laser Retribution for T2s, but now I wanted to actually test out some Pulse Laser style T2 Electric Retribution. And T2 with the pulse laser is a bit rough. The reason is because in T2s there's a lot of incoming DPS. When using pulses, you're going to be up close. So ideally, you will not want to be able to like tank all the damage. You won't want to. It's just so much incoming DPS. This is similar to the pulse laser retribution I use for T1s, but I've blinged it up a bit. So I've got Coreli A-type small armor repair, domination, multispectrum coating. And then I made it so that we've got a bit shorter range with the pulse lasers, but increased DPS. The point is, we're going to have so much DPS here that it's just that we destroy stuff before it kills us. We've got a thermal armor reinforcer right here for trigger larvins as well, and some boosters here in case we need it. So we're going to test out a site here. Hopefully it goes smoothly. Hopefully we don't get popped. But I want to test this. I think I'm going to have to swap out my clone. Have I got my expensive clone in? No, I've not got my expensive clone in. Perfect. The thing is, like, the beam laser retribution has the really good pros in that it's got such a good range. It does a lot of damage for the range it does. But I've also been thinking that there's also pros of having a pulse laser retribution. The pulse lasers have really good tracking. You don't have to worry too much about your piloting being perfectly aligning your beam lasers to hit properly, and then also your damage is just off the charts. So you beast through stuff so quickly. But we're going to be trying this out, see how this goes. Consume some basic boosters right here. We repair a lot with this single armor repair right here, and then we've got the reactive armor hardener, which will help a little bit. But since it's just single rep, I had a hard time fitting the MWD and everything with this collision accelerator rig right here. To be honest, I could have probably gone with two armor repairs if I were to remove this right here, and that might be a better choice, because this extra DPS is good, but I don't know if it'll be good enough that we just ditch two armor repairs, because I see this being a lot more safe if we have two armor repairs. So definitely I think if I ditch this, remove this coating right here and put this here, maybe some energized membrane instead of the reactive armor hardener, I think it'll overall go a lot better, because this rig causes us to lose a lot of power grid, and that is something that is lost, or easier to come by. You get more power grid by ditching an armor repair. So instead we're focusing on this single repair right here. So there's also a bit of a pro of having just one armor repair, is that we're now focusing a bit more on our resists. So we've got the multispectrum coating right here, gives us a bit more buffer, more resistance to wrecking shots. And then also, since one armor repair uses less capacitor than two repairs, it'll also be good. Okay, this is a good benchmark for tank right here. This is a perfect benchmark for tank, because we've got the Kikimora waves. Kikimora waves is no joke. No joke at all. We'll see what the kind of AI they've got going on, because they can sometimes have kiting, sometimes they can have brawling AI. Or we'll go for this Dama first, because he wants to get in up close and personal. Keep it at range, do 5 kilometers. Should hopefully take him out. Penetrating shots. Good, good, good. The Damas, they do have actually decent ability to kite us. You can see there now he's keeping our range. We have to get close in now to the Kikimoras, since they're keeping a bit of their range. I think they've got a bit of kiting AI, I think. Keep 2.5 kilometer range. Conflagration. And now we'll just beam them to pieces. Absolutely destroy them now, unless they destroy us first. It's going to be a DPS race here. DPS is going to be what's going to decide. DPS and tank, just pure DPS and tank is what's going on right here. Who tanks more? Who does more damage? Okay, one down. That felt like we weren't doing so much damage. It took a long time to take him out, but I think that there was a lot of remote repairs on grid that caused this Kikimora to survive for a long time. That first one really felt like it took a long time to get through. Come on, take him out, please. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Almost down, almost down. There we go. Ah, structure. Ah. Now we've got the last one. Last Kikimora. Kikimora does the most amount of damage out of all these guys. because they got full spool going on right now, so they're like doing so much damage. This Kikimora is a lot more than they usually would, but we're getting through. We're getting through. We could have overheated the DPS and the armor repair, but we didn't do that. So that is also a bit of a margin of safety we could have had, but it shows that we got through anyway, though by a bit of a unsafe margin with our structure bleeding in a little bit of damage. Lock up that, buy cumulative cash. There we go, popped. Okay, great. But this Retribution has a similar amount of tank as the dual Tech 2 armor repair beam Retribution I have. The difference is here we're not going to be we're going to be brawling instead of kiting. So kiting is also a form of tank, but another thing is that we do so much damage. So even though we're up close, we're going to be doing a lot more damage than the beam laser Retribution. So that could sort of compensate a bit for less tank, but we'll kill stuff quicker as well. Jump here to the next room. 3 minutes. 3 minutes is not a particularly good time actually, because you can do that with the beam Retribution as well. Okay, what have we got here? Striking Leshak. Ooh, Tachyon Clad. Okay, let's go in here. Approach these guys right here. Oof, that was really a really fast Tachyon Cloud. It made us go crazily fast. But these guys are also going to go down real quick as well. Let's see now. Yeah. Where's the DPS? 419 DPS, so no joke right here. Laser beam accuracy Retribution. Rogue drone frigate just annihilated. Popped right there. The rogue drone frigate's no problem. This sphere is also more expensive than the T2 Abyss Retribution with beam, so that's another downside to this. I really feel like nothing can beat that T2 beam laser Retribution that is really cheap. It's just for the amount of price and what you get for that price, it's just another level. Because we've got the Coreli A-type, which goes for like 30 million, something like that. Okay, so we've got Marshal Room. Should be pretty easy. Just getting close. Just start shooting stuff when they get in range. What is the range? 17? Yeah, 17, 20. All bit close. Now the conflag, and he goes down very fast. As he'll do really little damage since we're in the MWD boat that is got like a buff that reduces the signature radius penalty from the MWD, so just we're overall going to go really fast, be a very tiny signature, and the missiles are going to do very little damage. Plus we have good thermal resist, because I've got a thermal resist rig on this thing. Let's get a bit closer to this guy. Keep range 2.5. Blitz down that enforcer right there. We can get this reactive armor hardener. 85% thermal resist, no joke right there. Can lock up that by cumulative cash. Now we can move over there any second. Okay, let's go now. That was a quick T2. Now it's the speed. After that Kikimora wave, everything was sped up quite a bit actually. Oh, and that was nice. 6 minute T2 Abyss solo in a Retribution. That is quite nice. We're going to have to do another site. But before we do that, we're going to have to repair our ship a bit. Loot this. Crap loot. I'm thinking, what could I have done differently then at Kikimora wave? I could have maybe gone for the Kikimora first, skip that Damavik, but the thing is the Damavik caused me is like anchoring Damavik, so it'll make me lose my MWD capabilities. So it was good to take that out first. I could have overheated, that could be an option. Overheat the damage as well. Damage could be a good thing to overheat. And the armor repair too. See now it's 3.8, 144. So you get more tank as well with that. Repair quote, repair this, undock again. Let's go. It's unfortunate. This ship right here cost 120 million, so it's quite expensive. If we compare it to the Tech 2 beam laser Retribution that I use, it's like 50 million, something like that, 60 maybe now, because Retribution prices are currently a little bit on the high end. But it is still double the price, or more than double the price of previous Retribution. But I guess on one side it will do them a bit quicker with more DPS. It feels less safe though. And also, in some way, okay, it has more DPS, but the beam laser Retribution has more range, so you can still be able to do DPS faster. So it's not like, oh, just because it has more DPS on paper means it's going to do more DPS, like complete the size quicker. But it does have more tracking as well. So frigate waves, I noticed, go down really fast. Like those rogue drone frigates, they just popped instantly. That we saw before, those striking layer shacks, they were really great. It was really good, a lot quicker than I felt than the classical beam laser Retribution. So this is a wave which we would really appreciate that we went with this fit right here, or like pulse laser Retribution, because we've got Lucid Deep Watcher, a really tanky boy, and then when we have the really good DPS of the pulse lasers, it's just going to be so great. Whoa, yes, Raging Electrical, the great filament that you want to get in the T2s. The really expensive one, the loot boy. The loot box, that is the Raging Electrical. So we can approach here. We can set our default keep at range is 2,500 here, so that we can have it a bit more consistent. He's getting a bit out of range of our pulse lasers, but it's alright. We go right back in range. He made us warp scramble a bit. We can orbit up close and blast him away with 419 DPS. Perfectly applied damage. And my ship should start moving a little bit. It would be nice if my ship started moving a little bit. Or we maybe orbit 2.5. Don't want to be too far away, because then we'll just get outside of our pulse laser range. I mean, 400 DPS is no joke. That's like the level of some basic Tech 1 cruisers or low skill faction cruisers. Okay, I remember using an Omen to do the Abyss a long time ago, and that had just a tiny bit more than 400 DPS. So they've almost got cruiser level DPS right here, but we're going to be earning 3 times the amount of loot from these caches. So what's the time now? We're approaching the 3-minute mark. Lucid Deep Watcher is notorious for being a very tedious and time-consuming wave. We can reset the reactive armor hardener just so that it is ready for the next wave. Let's go. Well, the time just over 3 minutes. I mean, it's Lucid Deep Watcher. Oh, what do you want? And T2 as well, so the other cruisers were associated with it as well. I don't think you can find 2 Lucid Deep Watchers in T2s, but you can find 1 Lucid Deep Watcher and then you find associated cruisers, because in T1s is just the Lucid Deep Watcher, but in T2s is Lucid Deep Watcher plus like a cruiser or something. A little bit extra. Okay, here is where we're going to just slap up these frigates real fast. I just need to get the loot real quick. Grab that. And let's go with the conflag. Let's take them out. There's a lot of newts. Heavy newting wave. Look at that, just absolutely annihilated. We need to be careful just so we don't run out of capacitors, that we have to kill them quick. We killed them so quick though that I don't think it's going to be an issue. Maybe it will be an issue now, but oh, they're taking a lot. We're taking a lot of damage right. Oh, we're fully neutered out. Come on. We need to get out of here. MWD away. NWD away.
The capacitor is empty.
That's a lot of newts. A lot of newts right there. Oh, I got a bit too overconfident right there. There was a lot of newts. Full newting frigate wave. They went out so fast, but the thing is just that with the newts, it's hard to do stuff when you've got no capacitor. And even though they're up close, it's still taking actually a significant amount of damage. There's just two frigates right here. I'm a bit surprised. They did a lot more damage than I expected. Plus we've got full reactive armor hardener going on as well. And check our resist profile. 76. EM is 59. That's probably the reason. I mean, they do EM damage. EM and thermal. But that was a super fast wave though. Like 1 minute. Or 2. again in structure, so I think it's a bad sign for this fit right here. I mean, 2 sites in a row with bled into structure is not a good sign. Okay, let's go. Let's see what we got here. Reset reactive armor hardener. Charge straight in. Rogue drone frigates. Should be super easy. We'll see how this goes. If we can just charge straight in with conflag. If we're able to tank him. If we are, that'll be really great. Can start popping them with Scorch already. Popped. And let's pop them here. And popped. Poppity pop. Just like annihilating these rogue drone frigates. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Look at this. Off. Whoa, this is so good. The speed right here. Come on, shoot him. Why is he missing? Okay, there. I don't know why he was missing there for a bit. And then pop him there. Pop him there. And then pop this one as well. But that sleeper frigate wave, wow, that was like a full-on newt wave. Basically every single one was newting, and it was perfect newting as well because I was up close, so all the newts are going to be perfectly working on us. Okay, it seems like the rogue drone frigate is out-tracking our pulse lasers. I didn't expect that, but not the Logi guy. The Logi guy is a lot slower than the other ones. Plate Forge is the Logi guy. Come on, pop. Not grazing shots. I don't need these grazing shots. We need good shots. What's the point of using pulse lasers if we're just going to get grazing shots? Yeah, this doesn't feel so good. I mean, it feels nice in the beginning where we're getting like lots of that guy right there. Everything that's slow goes down really quickly. With the battleship waves, it goes quickly. But I just feel overall the beam laser retribution is better. We got some ISK though. I mean, 22 million ISK, a lot due to this raging electrical right here. Still fun to test out what is possible, what is not possible. So I think that's enough for now. Testing out pulse laser single rep retribution in T2 Abyss. It seems to be quite rough. Every single time we're bleeding into structure. But it was still fun, and we managed to get through it anyway, just by not such a big margin. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.